Over the past year, the price of gold has increased by 41%, from $2,300 to $3,300, fueled by growing interest among investors globally. This positive momentum is part of a continuing trend, with the price of gold having risen by 170% since 2019. The surge in demand has also been happening in Indonesia, especially among retail investors. According to Logam Mulia, the retail price of gold in Indonesia has surged by 50%, from around 1.3 million rupiah to 1.96 million over the past year. Consequently, gold demand has been one of the key drivers of higher core inflation in the country, despite being more a reflection of saving rather than spending in the economy. Based on data from World Gold Council, the biggest buyers of gold are the central banks, which have been actively adding positions in the precious metal since 2022. Central banks purchased 457 tons of gold in 3Q 2022, the highest over the past decade, and have averaged 293 tons of quarterly gold purchases through 4Q 2024. Specifically, the biggest buyer is likely the Chinese central bank, given the significant surge in the volume of gold-long futures contracts on the Shanghai Futures Exchange. According to Goldman Sachs, the massive demand from China's central bank will likely influence prices meaningfully in the medium term, a factor that remains underappreciated by investors. There are two main reasons. First, slowing Chinese economic growth is pushing investors to increase their exposure to gold, which is traditionally considered a safe haven asset. Second, China is trying to diversify from Western financial system after United States weaponized US dollar by seizing US-denominated assets owned by foreign countries it deems as threats. Accordingly, as China increases its gold investments, it is selling its holdings of US government bonds. That is further accelerated after United States initiated unfair trade tariffs against it. Another factor driving gold demand is investors' expectation of a potential US recession after it turned its back on globalization by imposing reciprocal tariffs on most countries, especially in Asia. Should this be the case, analysts project that ETF and institutional purchases of gold will start to increase, adding upward momentum and upside to the gold price. Follow our research across Instagram, YouTube, and website at algoresearch.id.